Hello, hello. Welcome back to Cinema Subway. As ever, we are here with the one and only Los. What up, Los? How you doing?
What's up, y'all? What's
Got,
up, guys?
got my boy Akash. How you doing, Akash?
Guten Tag.
Good morning. And I'm your host, Gab. Welcome, welcome.
Hey,
Um,
Gabby.
so thank you. I'm good. What's going on, guys? So we are here to talk about maybe the worst movie I've ever seen in ever is the new release by Amazon, War of the Worlds with Ice Cube. It was so bad, so bad. A very hard watch. Uh, I think half of the script was AI. I don't know how bad it could have been. It was so terrible. Um, let's get into it. What would I don't even know what they were thinking making this movie. To make that kind of script, a War of the Worlds kind of movie with an alien invasion through screens, through Teams meetings. It was so awful that it was actually Akash. Akash was the one who told me that I had to watch it. So thank you, Akash, for that for that 90 minutes of me wanting to rip my hair out. But Akash, what did you like? What did you love? What did you hate?
I
Go
thought it
for
was
it.
a masterpiece, Gabby. That's why I told you to watch it. Because I thought it was an absolute masterpiece. All
Oh,
right.
Akash's hot takes
What?
again.
It's, I thought that Tarantino wishes he made a movie like this.
Mm.
Tarantino sat on his couch and he was punching air as he was watching this movie. He was like, why couldn't I have think of that as my final movie? The script, the direction, Ice Cube's acting, the cinematography, everything. Chef's kiss. This movie was a perfect 10 out of 10 for me.
I beg your
Ah,
pardon.
I beg your pardon.
You know, it was it was a flawless masterpiece, and we all should respect it. All right, Amazon put their earned time into this movie for us. You know, this should be a theater release. In fact,
Mm.
I hope Amazon is watching this video, which probably they won't because only 8 people watch our videos. But if they do, put this movie out in the theaters, put it in 40x, put it in IMAX, put it in 70 millimeter. I don't know, care what you need to do. Put this movie out. I will go see it.
You know what? I feel like they would actually make money because, like, you know how like the movie The Room, Tommy Wiseau's movie was so bad that it became like a cult classic. I feel like they could do that with this movie. Like of how bad it was, everyone could kind of just like quote Ice Cube's reactions, like, "Oh my
It
God!"
was
After
you?
after his son dies, like you think his son dies twice, and this is his reaction. What am I looking at? So I think they actually should put it in theaters and they should I think they would make money because of how bad it is.
It would
Uh,
be like Morbius, where they genuinely thought they could uh capture the Morbius memes and make money off of it, and it fucking failed on them.
I agree. I think that, yeah, Morbius made money because of how bad it was. I think this is one of those movies where it would actually make money if you put it into the theater.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Despite everything I've said in the last 10 minutes, you couldn't pay me even $1 to go sit in this fucking horrendous
You're not
trash.
going to pay
Just-
$18 to make fun of
No,
a big screen.
I'm sorry. It was just so bad. There's nothing redeeming about this movie. It. I don't know what they were smoking. I get it. This movie was made during the pandemic, but that's no excuse for delivering this hot steaming pile of turd. You know, it
oh,
it,
is that a fact that it was made during the pandemic?
it was.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. But still, like, why would you even attempt a story like War of the Worlds, which I feel like is a story that's lived in, right? That you need to be a foot on the ground, seeing it through these characters' perspective. There's this thing going on. The 2005 version with Tom Cruise, I think that movie was solid. That was a great summer blockbuster, and unfortunately we got this shit 10 years, what is it? No, 20 years later. It's just no horrible.
Yeah, it's so bad. I don't think anything can compare to War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. I think that movie is great. Everything about that movie was great, and everything about that movie is like the opposite of this movie, where everything is through like he's the only one working. Ice Cube's the only one working the overnight shift at where with the DHS. Like what? That doesn't even make sense. Like that's like the very beginning where he's the only one there. He's spying on all of his kids. He's insane. Um, Everyone's dying around him through a screen. And then even when you do see the aliens, those ships, it's horrendous CGI.
Yeah.
Terrible. So I'm like, how much I know again, through it was for COVID, whatever. But what is the budget? I thought Amazon doesn't Amazon have all the money? Did Amazon not have money for a better CGI alien ship? It was so bad. And then for Ice Cube to react to several deaths. It's Evil Longoria's character dies like twice, and she miraculously comes back through I don't know like whatever phone she has. His friend Sandra, who's like Sandra, no, it was so bad. Everyone dies twice and comes back miraculously. Like no one actually died. So it was the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It was the complete opposite of what War of the Worlds was, the one with Tom Cruise.
Do, do you think that like this was done on purpose? Like they purposely made. I mean, they must have they watched this in the editing room over and over before they finalized everything. You think they purposely put out a movie knowing that it was subpar quality
No,
because
no,
you think
I don't
they
think so.
thought you think they thought, wow, we have a great sci-fi movie on our hands and the audience is gonna love it, and they just put it out and they saw no flaws with it. I mean, yeah, I mean maybe there's people who can't recognize when they're making terrible stuff, you know?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I can't make excuses for them. They've made some decent to really good stuff in the past, putting effort into it. There's no excuses why we're getting nonsense like this.
Yeah.
Even like the movie with what is it? Idris Elba and John Cena. I thought that was a great movie. You know, it
Right.
was a super fun movie. They looked like they genuinely put thought and care into making
Was
that
that
film.
Heads of State, right?
So yeah, yeah. I wasn't looking forward to it, and I saw it, and I was like, "This is a really fun movie. I like it a lot." You know, and they put a lot of effort into that movie. And there's like a few Amazon movies that are really good as well and really great. Um, and even if they wanted to make a bad movie, right, or whatever the case may be, you have the fact that you're filming this movie during COVID, so now you get to draw back on some of your budget, but you can also use that money on other things in for the movie. Like maybe, I don't know, the special effects would have been nice, but no, they made a movie that looks like it was made on freaking Windows 95 or something. It was horrible. And you know what the worst part about this movie is? This movie is a 90-minute Amazon ad.
Yeah.
All right, so that
That
was my next thing was that I don't think they cared that it was bad. I think they cared that it was an ad and they were going to release it anyway. So they were going to release it however it was. It was the shittiest movie, whatever. But within the movie, it's more about the ad placement. So this was a 90-minute ad that they did not care what was the story around it was so weak that it was a terrible movie. But as an ad, it was a decent ad. It was a 90-minute. If you're thinking of this movie as just an ad, you're like, wow, this ad is great. This is a great ad for Amazon. As a movie, this is not a movie. This is the sloppiest, terrible act. It's just it's a horrendous movie. It's so bad.
yeah, I was
Right, but
yeah, I
It's a
looked at
cool ad.
I was looking at the trailer before I saw Akash's scathing review. Like guys, if you wait, Akash, did you post this only on Instagram or TikTok or any other platform?
oh, I made sure it went on every platform.
If you guys are following us on other platforms, his review was so it was so disheartening because I was looking forward to that movie that I have not seen it. I don't think I want to see it. And then Gabby saw it and she's like, it wasted an hour and a half of my life. I'm like, I don't want to sit through that. It was so, but yeah, go watch that review of his because he really was. You can tell he was mad.
Yeah.
Dude, you know, it comes from a place of disappointment, right? because like I said before, you never want to go into a movie and walk out being like, oh, this movie's fucking terrible and I wasted my time with this movie. No, you go into every movie wanting to like it, and and I know that Amazon has the capabilities and the budget of delivering great products. So even if they wanted to make a well, terrible movie or a great ad per se, right? Then do it, but respect your customers as well. Don't give them some half-ass trash quality stuff. To me, that's just insulting. If they went and they were like, okay, well, we know we made a bad movie, we know this CGI is horrible. We're doing a disservice to H.G. Wells' classic. Ice Cube, we're probably tarnishing his career. They're they're shooting themselves in the foot by delivering this horrible product to its people. You know what? I'm about to delete my Amazon account right now.
What was like the thought process of Ice Cube? Because when I saw Ice Cube attached to it, I like his movies. He's not like a terrible actor. He's a
No,
average actor. Everything he's been in, I tend to enjoy. What went through his head to like? I'm sure there was good intentions, but he himself made it. He was the meme worthy person of. He could have maybe salvaged it with some acting, but the fact that I'm seeing like videos of him, what felt like he was reading off a piece of paper,
Oh my
you
god, that was
know,
so bad. That part was
and
like
like
he was reading it for the first time.
like how do you like you said, Akash, how do you go and tarnish your career, man? Just and I mean, I guess at the end of the day, he's getting the check, he doesn't care, but yeah, you become like you become in the universe of social media, you become a laughing stock for a couple of weeks until people forget about it. It's forever there that he did this. Like it's shameful that he
uh,
partook
th-
in
they
this.
might
Be
they might have
ashamed of
gotten the
yourself.
views. They might have gotten the views, but that comes with a cost. And unfortunately, Amazon really shot themselves in the foot with this one. If that was even the case of them knowing that they had a terrible movie on hand and still went out and they released it, then it's like,
What
though they don't care about their fans. They just want the views.
would if it? Okay, so I gotta watch it just because it's so bad. I guess it's one of those things that you have to see with your own eyes. But do you think that like if they made it not a 90-minute commercial, would have it been better not having that Amazon influence and
Well,
then shoving it down our throats, like their services?
well, here's the thing that I that really pisses me off about it, right? Yes, it's bad that it's essentially a 90-minute commercial, and there's literally a whole scene dedicated to the process of ordering um something on an Amazon drone. Like, it's so bad. You have to see it for
Oh,
yourself.
Prime Air.
Yeah,
Get it
yeah,
right.
Prime Air, right? It's the future of delivery, right? Um, but I think the thing that pisses me off more about this movie, and Gabby said it earlier, is just the way that it was formatted. And they decided to take this action sci-fi movie and put it into the unfriended and the missing format. You guys know those movies with the entire movies taking place just like how we are right now, on a computer screen. You're looking at all these different like apps and desktop icons opening and whatever. And that's the entire movie. I think that's what pisses me off the most is that they went and did the movie in probably the most boringest way they could have possibly done it.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible to watch. And then all the teams, like it was, I'm like, I see that at work. I don't want to see this. Like, I want to go home. I
Mhm,
want to
mhm.
relax. I want to
Yeah.
watch a stupid movie. I don't want to hear that ping. Like I've a PTSD from like those teams meetings. I don't want to hear that. And then everything's like through his cell phone or like it was just a terrible format for that kind of movie. I don't think you can do an action movie that way. And I also don't really like the format in general, like Unfriended and what was the other one?
Missing.
Interesting.
Missing. I'm not a fan of that. If I'm going to a movie, I'm going to escape. I don't want. I understand they want like something more real of like what like you're going through, what they're going through with the phones, whatever. But to have a screen on a screen, No, no, thank you. I need it to be. I need an immersive world,
Yeah.
and that's the point of going to the movies is to go to escape. I don't want to. I don't want to see that. I see that every day. I want to go to somewhere.
Nicole
I wanna go
Kidman would be
somewhere else.
disappointed.
She would be disappointed. She would. She's probably laughing at this movie. But
So,
go ahead. Go ahead.
oh no, so it brings up another concerning point. So, since Jeff Bezos is, funding these projects, and I'm sure he had notes to make it a commercial, right? I read something the other day that now that Amazon owns the James Bond franchise, right? They think they bought MGM Grand or something like that. I'm not sure, but now they're in charge of James Bond, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
I read that Jeff Bezos wants his wife to be the Bond girl in the movie. Like he is pushing for her to have a main role in this movie. Mind you, they already announced that, what's his name, Dennis Villeneuve. He's the guy who
Yeah.
directed Dune, right? He's a hell of
Denis
a director,
Villeneuve,
right?
amazing
Right?
director.
Amazing. Now, are you going to be a director who stands firm on your vision of a movie, or are you gonna be like, well, Daddy Warbucks, he's funding this movie, and he could fire me and just find somebody else who's gonna not, bend to his like, needs because he wants his wife in. I mean, and that could have been the case with World of Worlds. He was like, maybe the director had a voice and was maybe shooting for something else, but then it turns into an Amazon commercial, and I'm scared for the James Bond because of the rumor that he wants his wife being a Bond girl, which is
Well, I think,
crazy.
under the direction of Denis Villeneuve, he's one of those directors that at this point he's earned himself a spot in directors that has can do whatever the fuck he wants. Nobody's pulling the strings or telling him what to do. Kind of like Nolan, like, everybody's gonna say yes to Nolan, whatever Nolan wants to do, right? And he's earned his place with the movies that he's made. So
Awesome.
I don't think anybody is gonna have a say in changing Denis Villeneuve's vision for
You
whatever he
think
wants.
even
Bond.
Bezos though, he's the guy writing
Yeah,
those
no,
checks, man.
I don't think so, man. Listen, if even if Denis Villeneuve gets dropped from this movie today, right? By next week, he's gonna have another movie on his plate.
Right, right, exactly. I mean, I'm not scared for his career. I know it's, you know, I
Yeah,
would
I
like
didn't
just
hear
to.
that. I did not. I didn't hear about the Bond girl. I think him pressuring. Even if he's backing the movie, like it is his money. He's the one who owns the company at Daddy Warbucks. Um, I think you have to do a little bit of fan service. I feel like if they cast Sanchez, I don't think people would see it. I don't know if it would. I don't know. I think it could go either way. Where they're going to see it out of curiosity, or just wait until it's out on Amazon. Like I don't think I'd see the movie in the theater if he's like kind of like forcing all of his shit down our throat. And I think War of the Worlds was a good example of that, where I'm like, this movie sucks, and then you're adding all your shit into it. Now you're adding the ads for Amazon. Amazon's the only thing that's gonna get us. Amazon saved the day, and now you're gonna shove your wife down our throat when we just want a Bond movie. Um, I'm cool with her being older. She's 55 years old, but they already had Monica Bellucci, who was the oldest Bond girl, and she's absolutely gorgeous, and she can act. Lauren
Right.
Sanchez hasn't been in
Yeah.
anything. Who is this woman? She just married a super billionaire evil person. Like I don't like who is this? So I agree with Akash. When you have a director who there's some things I actually don't agree. So whenever you say there's a director who you can't say no to, I always think of James Cameron, and no one says no to him. But then you're surrounded by yes men, and then you kind of have like you're like, all right, James Cameron, maybe we don't need 8 avatars. Someone please tell him that.
Oh man.
But you can't you can't tell him that. So I Dennis or whatever his name is, he's a great director. I think he would stand his ground. And then yeah, if what's his name Bezos has a problem with that, then he would leave. He's like he doesn't have to. He's at the height of his career where he doesn't have to cherry pick.
Right.
what actor needs to be in what because Daddy Warbucks says. So the director's super important for the movie, especially if Jeff Bezos is trying to push his agenda on it. So I think that's actually a very an interesting point. I did not know that he's trying to put Lauren Sanchez into this movie.
Yeah,
Well, it's
that's what I
funny
am
because
hearing rumor. But go ahead, Akash.
I, ironically, he's also like trying to push his middle-aged to old wife into it, but at the same time, he's going for a younger actor, like one in like their early 30s and mid 20s. So I think Jacob Elordi was one of them that they were talking about a strong possibility, and then I think Tom Holland as well. They discussed, which honestly, I
Like
I
either
like
of those
Tom
picks.
Holland as Spider-Man,
Yeah,
but
both of
I
those
don't.
picks are trash.
Yeah, yeah. We had Gabby, me and you had discussed like some of our picks for like James Bond. Much better picks than,
Yeah, I think we
these guys. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. I
So
don't know as is I mean, they have to draw in the crowd, right? But it also is about the script. Is the story going to be good?
yeah.
Can the director bring that script to life?
Mm.
There's a lot of things that go into it. But yes, Bond is going to be someone everyone wants to rally behind. I think Jacob Elordi, Tom Holland is Spider-Man. I don't think he could be Bond. I think he could, but he's been Peter Parker for so long that I cannot see him in anything else. Which he definitely
What
can. He's a good actor. He's a great actor. He can do it, and he has. But for a main Bond dude who's going to be Bond for like the next 3 to 4 films, I don't see him doing that. Jacob Elordi, I don't think. I don't know. I haven't seen him in enough. I feel like I don't know. He's bled to me. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of him. He's also supposed to be in Wuthering Heights. He's in Wuthering Heights with Margot Robbie, and I think that's also a miscast. But
What's the
Wuthering Heights is a girl movie.
What's the name of that actor that was in the movie Tetris? Was his name Taron Eger or something?
Taron Egerton? I would have
I,
preferred him. That guy's a
I
great
think
actor.
Good.
I think he'd make a good
Yes.
Bond.
And he's his one of his first movies was Kingston. I mean,
Yeah,
I said Kingston. Kingsman.
He was
Which,
good in that too.
Scamon.
yeah, he was good in that.
Akash, who was the guy that you said? What did you say?
I had said, what's this guy's name? He was in the Monkey earlier this year. Um, Shoot, let me look him up right now. Actually, I
Because
had said him.
I liked Richard Madden.
Yeah, Richard Madden is fantastic.
Yeah, I thought
I
would
would
be
think,
good.
yeah. Theo James.
Yeah. Oh my God, Theo James. Yeah, I would love that. Theo James could be anybody, and I'll watch it.
Theo James, or he came. What's his? He was in that guy was that was in Rebel Ridge. Aaron Pierre. I think that dude would make a pretty solid Bond as well. And his name has been thrown around quite a bit as well.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
showed me him too. Yeah, he would also be good. He's 31. But yeah, I feel like they have a good pool. Like why did they do this where they like keep pulling the same people over and over again? Like Pedro Pascal, like this summer it's definitely been a Pedro Pascal summer, but I'm just like, there's no one else. There's no one else you guys could hire.
Nope.
There's a giant pool of actors, and then a giant pool of actors who are great. They're great actors, and they're giving the parts to the same person. I'm sorry, I love
Right.
Pedro Pascal, but it was like he was in every freaking movie this summer.
And he could have been in Weapons too.
Really?
Yeah, he could have been in Weapons. Apparently he was supposed to be in Weapons. For whatever reason that didn't work out. He was gonna play Josh Brolin's character.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, I'm glad it wasn't him. Again, I love him, but enough. I felt this
Yeah.
fatigue when Chris Pratt was in everything. Again, he did great. They did. I have nothing against them. It's just there's other actors. Please give them a
Yeah.
chance for the love of God. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. I mean, I guess if you're, a production company, you gotta make sure that people go see this movie, and you gotta put that face in front of the movie that's gonna have those people come and pay and sit down and watch the movie, right? I mean, I guess, but
I get it.
but they're killing. I guess like because of it. I think I know me. I have Pedro Pascal burnout. I'm just I like. I think he's a nice guy. He seems like a good guy. But I'm tired of seeing him on the big screen. Just
Yeah,
you know
Yeah,
no.
there's definitely Pedro Pascal fatigue. Again, yes, he's great,
Yeah.
but every movie
Yeah.
this summer, every movie he was in it.
Yeah. It's too
yeah.
much.
And I
I mean,
think
granted,
aren't they doing something with Marvel where they're like taking a step back from him or something? Was that another
yeah, I
movie?
did remember reading something about them kind of walking back his like screen time or something like that. Not sure if that was exactly what I read, but I did recall something of that nature.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that. But also if he's not, who's going to be the lead? Like that's why I don't always want to bring this back to Marvel, but where are they going?
Well, since Marvel, they suck now. I'm sorry. I mean, they do. They,
What?
I spoke to somebody about them watching Fantastic Four, and they had the same opinion about the movie. It was good. It wasn't great. He can nitpick the movie, and it had its issues. And I told this person, I was like, yeah, I'm already checked out. Like, I'm still gonna go see the stuff that they put out in the movies because I'm a fanboy. But I don't like the direction that they're going with. And I think it's Kevin Feige. I think this guy has lost grasp of the vision that he. Don't get me wrong, man. He was on a tear for a decade, but now I think he's misstepping. So much so that I read an article the other day about the guy who was behind X-Men '97. Did you
I
get
was
to
going
see
to
that
bring this up.
animation?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was just
I
going to bring that up.
Yeah, and
I wanted to
how
bring this up too.
yeah, it's crazy how Kevin Feige dismissed that whole production crew, didn't give them their props, and it was probably one of the best things Marvel Disney came out with that was just on the money, like fantastic animation that the guy who was behind it, I don't know, I wish I knew his name, but I don't. The guy who
It's
ended up getting fired.
the writer was Bo DeMaio.
That dude was cooking. I don't
Yeah,
know why you guys didn't
Cool.
put him on a live action movie. The guy knew his material, and they should have let him done his thing on an X-Men movie or another Marvel movie. But the fact that Kevin Feige just dismissed the whole project and didn't even, I think he's saying that he was mad that the thing became such a huge hit
He
because it
didn't
was
want people to look at it as the way Marvel is going.
right, because Kevin Feige didn't have any input in that,
Yep.
and the fact that he had nothing to do with it, and it's a big hit, he sounds like an egomaniac, and
Yeah, he does.
you can't have a guy running a studio when he thinks that he's God and everything he puts out is gonna be well received, and obviously the last 5 years, a lot of the projects just have been misses. Com-
Well, you know what? When I read that article, it was so disheartening to see him be so salty about that project that I actually took a step back and I said to myself, you know what? I'm actually glad all these Marvel movies are flopping. They deserve it.
yeah,
100% they deserve it. With that kind of mentality and attitude, and I hope they keep putting out more movies, and I hope those movies keep flopping.
yeah,
Damn.
yeah. I just don't see it getting any better. I even saw a video where this guy points out 21 story points that they never even continued with. 21 things that they brought into
Damn.
canon. Yeah, and it's like, okay, so what happened to this character? Or they at the end of Thor or Thunder, what is it? Thunder and Love, Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
You see like Hercules, right? And he's like
Yeah.
gonna go nothing with that. Blade, nothing with that still. Like it's just you had Thanos' brother Star was it Star Fox or something like that, or something
Oh, the
like
Harry
that. No,
Styles character?
yeah, nothing with
Yeah.
that. Like it just all these different. Then you had Hulk's son and She-Hulk. Nothing with that. It's like, what are you doing?
Also Secret Invasion. What are we doing there?
Right. That she was. They say that she's the most powerful being in the whole universe right now. And again, nothing with that. Like, so I don't think that moving forward they're gonna fix anything with Secret Wars. You know, I don't know. I think Kevin Feige has lost his vision on this.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like I'm reading the what he wrote now, Bo, and like the comments are mostly for him, but some people are saying like there was like he was creepy. I don't know who's like trying to discredit who. So like I think they do um they exploit their talent. They exploit the writers because of how big they are. Like they're this massive, like Marvel, Disney, whatever it is. Everything for that is huge. So like if you have any kind of power, like you have, they're gonna hold that over you. So X-Men 97 was a great show. It was fantastic. And then I'm also reading that he was also Bo Maya was also part of Blade and Moon Knight, and there's also
Yep.
things that were just like squashed. So
Really?
like if
I
you
didn't know
just
that.
like if you say anything or like I don't know if this guy my like maybe he was hard to work with or something. I don't know. But maybe he was hard to work with because he had good ideas and wanted it to be done correctly or his way. Whatever you like whatever I feel like when you want it done something you want something done perfectly, you're labeled as hard to work with or
Yeah,
difficult.
and I think in
And
that
it
same
didn't.
article, yeah, that,
Yeah.
that same article, he said that the all the execs who were in that room writing notes on the production are people who have no idea what they're writing notes on, right? So
Right.
they just want to put their input and they're because they are an executive, they're purposely ruining something that a director has a right like a great vision for, right? You
Right.
got all these just people who don't know what they're doing in these productions.
So
Well,
yeah,
that's the thing.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Gabby. No, I was just before I'll let you continue. That's the thing with these major studios. It's that these artists they have little to no voices at all when it comes to creative freedom. That's why, what's his name? A few years ago, Edgar Wright left Ant-Man because he had a vision for that film, and Marvel didn't agree with it, and they dropped him like during mid filming, and replaced him with Peyton Reed. I would have loved to see what that film would have looked like under Edgar Wright's direction. I think he's a fantastic director. Unfortunately, these studios like Marvel, if they don't like what you're doing or they don't agree with your notes, they're gonna give you the boot.
Yeah.
And it's a shame.
It's really unfortunate. Yeah, it is a shame. It's really unfortunate when yeah, there's people who want to make it great, who know how to make it great, and then they're going to get shit on because it's not going to bring in enough money or it's seen as something that's like either too woke or not woke enough, whatever they however it's just like it's stopped and then the talent like what do you want that like the talent if the talent leaves then so do the viewers.
Yeah.
So that's just gonna bite you in the butt. That makes no sense to me. So X-Men got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like that was their first 100% that series. And now I'm worried for the second season. I'm worried for the second part of whatever put out of anything that's good. You're like I don't have any hope anymore for them, and it's annoying because didn't I say I had hope for something? I feel like I watched a Marvel movie a while ago and was like, I saw it was the trailer for um I don't even remember the name. It was not the Untouchables. What was the one with Florence Pugh and oh,
Oh,
Um,
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts. So I had hope watching that trailer and then I didn't even see the movie. So there it is. That's my answer that Marvel seems to just they keep fucking it up.
Yeah, they're no longer must watch movies. You
No,
know.
they're not, which is
Yeah,
sad.
yeah, I'm
But
pretty much over it.
Why are
you
we
know,
turning our podcast into a Marvel hate session every week? Is
I
this what
don't
it's
know.
come
It's
to?
really
You know,
Is
even
it's
this
when they
like
brought it up, I was like, I don't want to bring up Marvel again.
You know,
but
it's. I think it's they're. You know, superhero movies been around forever, and they were the ones that legitimized it, right? They made it like cinema, and right, and they're the reason why I'm getting superhero fatigue, right? And but then you have like these outstanding shows and movies that bring you back, right? You have like The Boys on Prime, right? That is fantastic. It's a fantastic take. And you have Invincible, which is a fantastic take on superheroes, right? Brings you back. You know, and I know most of us watch Invincible. We have our issues with it too, right? But it tends to bring us back and takes our eyes away from what Marvel's producing, right? Like right
Mm,
now, I am completely on board with James Gunn and what he's doing right now. Early reviews are saying Peacemaker 2 is like 100%, like critics loved by critics apparently. And so, you know, and all his stuff has done really well on Rotten Tomatoes. You know, his Creature Commandos is sitting at like around like an 87 Rotten Tomatoes score. Superman is sitting at around an 80 something. So he's, you know, I'm on board with his
right.
early beginnings, right? Like he's doing what Marvel did 10 years ago. He's starting from the ground floor and he's building up. And I'm more on board with that now than I am with Marvel because like I said, Marvel, they already had their heyday. And I think moving forward now it's just gonna be like how many Hollywood actors we can stuff in a movie and you know that one Comic Con where they had like 50, 60 chairs with everybody's name. I don't really give a shit that you got everybody and their mom in this movie. You know, like it's probably gonna be terrible. You have an hour and a half movie. You're gonna show each actor for 2 minutes. Like it's just too much. It's just too much. That movie's gonna cost like $1 billion to make. I don't know how they're gonna afford the salaries for all those actors. But but Kevin Feige, you suck, man.
um,
Damn.
we're going after Bezos and Feige. Now we're gonna have
No, no,
zero viewers.
no, not Bezos because I have an Amazon account and I don't want him. I don't want to get mad. He'll send me to space in that lab rocket of his.
We can't displease our Amazon overlord.
You know, Bezos, Overlord. Do not cancel my Prime account.
But yeah, so we're just gonna wrap it up. Are you guys looking forward to anything coming up?
Nope.
Uh,
Because there's a movie coming up
today,
with your lady, Carlos. Margaret Qualley is in a movie called Honey Don't. Have you seen
Honey,
previews for that? Honey
no,
Don't.
I love Margaret Qualley.
But I love her. Yeah, she's in a movie. I think it's like a mystery, like a crime comedy thing. But
Okay.
it's her, it's Aubrey Plaza, and I think Chris Evans. It looked cute. It looked funny.
uh, was it
Honey
Chris
Don't.
Evans? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I think it comes out. It comes out soon. And then, so I'm looking forward to Honey Don't. And then, yeah, Peacemaker. You mentioned before. I think that comes out the 21st. So season 2 of Peacemaker comes out soon. So looking forward to those two things. What about you guys? Anything coming up that you guys wanted to see?
Well, I have two things. Well, later today, I'm gonna go see a re-release um, for Shin Godzilla,
Oh,
which
Oh, hell
cool.
yeah. Oh,
I
hell
absolutely love Shin Godzilla. I think that's probably one of the best versions of iterations of that character. But something new that I'm looking forward to personally is a movie called Eden by
Oh, right.
director Ron Howard. I think
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh, it's Ron
that
Howard? I
cast,
didn't know that.
yeah, that cast looks fantastic, and it's a beautiful cast. Like he
Yeah, it's
literally
definitely.
had a cast of like some of the sexiest people and put them in a movie.
Yeah, it was Jude Law,
Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, Sydney Sweeney's in it?
Yeah. Sydney Sweeney,
Anna
Ana
de
de
Armas.
Armas, uh, Vanessa Kirby, Daniel Bruhl.
Damn, that's a beautiful
Yeah.
cast.
yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Is it like beautiful people doing terrible things? Is that what that movie
Yes. Yes, it
is?
is. Yes, it
Okay.
is.
All
Yes, it
right.
is.
I didn't know that was coming out, but I'll put that on my list.
Mm.
Carlos, anything coming out?
There's so much that came out and I missed, and I need to still see Naked Gun and Weapons, and I'm so behind. But I started watching King of the Hill,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
uh, which is fantastic. If you guys are fans of King of the Hill, it's a great season. I think all the episodes are out on Hulu, and
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna stick with Hulu right now. I'm gonna watch that Alien Earth show, and trying to sneak in. I do have Eden on my list of movies to watch, and like I said, a couple of things came out that I should have been watched. Like Mission Impossible is now on streaming, so
Okay,
just
good.
gotta, I got definitely a full plate ahead of me of movies to watch. So
Yeah, we
Cool.
always do.
yeah,
But this
always
Well,
stuff,
too much.
hopefully next session we don't need to turn this into a Marvel hate session.
yeah, we'll try not to.
Or
Maybe
we
we'll
do.
focus on. I mean,
This is a
it
safe.
goes where
This
it
is
goes.
this is a safe place.
It is. It's a safe place for us to just hate on
Yeah.
everything. It's fine. But yeah, have fun with those things. Have fun with those movies. You have to. Yeah, you didn't watch Naked Gun yet? I'm
No,
waiting for you to watch it because
Hilarious.
that was it's so dumb, but that's definitely my humor. And I know we have similar humor, so I feel like you should watch that movie.
yeah, I'm gonna try to make time to watch it this weekend.
All right, go for it. All
Yeah.
right, that's all I
Yeah.
have. That's all we have time for today. Our hate session is done. But have fun watching those things. And you guys have a good week. We'll see you next time.
Bye,
Take care, guys.
guys.
Have a good
Subscribe.
week.
Take care.